You know exactly. You can feel in your body exactly what feels expansive to you, exactly what feels life-giving to you. And those things are never wrong. You have those feelings for a reason. Oh, I had such a hard week. Oh, I was so busy. There's a sense of like virtue or a sense of like ego boost that we get from expressing that. Like, oh, I worked myself so hard. Oh, like I did this and this for all these people. Like, no, you can just let it go. Because no one wants you to be overworking yourself to the point where you're uncomfortable and you're miserable. You are a gorgeous human being on this earth and you deserve to just live life for your own joy. It's not selfish. Hey you, come here. I gotta tell you something now that they're gone. Did you know stress is not a virtue? When you go around stressing yourself out, taking on more obligations than you need to, because you think that makes you a good person, a good daughter, a good son, a good society member. Stress, urgency, anxiety over all these self-created obligations is not a virtue. And you, especially if you're a child of immigrants, your ancestors do not want that for you. So I feel like I was always raised with this kind of energy in my household, this messaging in my household, that hard work was what was going to get you validation and safety. Yeah, not just validation, but safety. Safety in that you were accepted in the family, you were accepted in the community, you could be admired in the community through what you achieved. You could be safe setting yourself to these strict obligations, whether that be setting a strict budget, not spending any money, or adhering strictly to the structures that we were given here in this society, here in the US, whether it be achieving in school, achieving in university, getting a good corporate job that pays well. All of these structures that we were taught to adhere to. And for some of us, it works well. It works well for some people. But if you're like me, I do not do well when I'm putting extra stress on myself. And I've had to let go of the idea of stress being a virtue, of the sense of piling obligations and things to do on top of my list of things to achieve, things to put out as part of my self-worth. Because none of that is about my self-worth. Because at the end of the day, if that's all I'm focusing on, because I have the tendency to want to work all day and not allow any sort of work-life balance, that is exactly what separates me from myself. And I feel like right now I'm letting go of the final structures that no longer work for me, whether that be actual things I'm in, like school, that I'm learning to have to decenter. I'm learning to have to prioritize my own health and my routines for creativity and joy over these arbitrary, made-up obligations like grades. Grades which are so you're literally ranked on a number basis. It's literally punishment. You know what I mean? These punitive systems, constantly scrambling and racing against them, this sense of I'm safe because I'm scrambling and racing, that's where it comes from. That sense of the lack of safety that your ancestors had, that your grandparents had, that your parents had, from what they experienced, now passed on to you. And that was a skill that kept them safe. But I'm here to say to you, your ancestors do not want you to continue this on anymore. And it's easier said than done to let go of such a big pattern. I find myself, wanting to do the things that are familiar to me, whether that be not spending money on myself, not allowing myself to relax and do the things that make me happy, the routines that make me happy, like taking a walk in the morning, journaling in the morning, meditating, like whatever it is. You know exactly. You can feel in your body exactly what feels expansive to you, exactly what feels life-giving to you. And those things are never wrong. You have those feelings for a reason. Everything you do, these status and how things look to other people, they're completely made up. The things you do them in order to achieve some sort of thing for your ego, to achieve some sort of status, some label, to look a certain way to people. But all life is the daily movements of the activities you're doing and the energy they bring you through your body. And through these activities, you are transformed by them. You are transformed through them. That's exactly why if you have a certain goal or dream to do something, all you have to do is do the actions every single day that version of yourself would do without any excuses. Show up, basically, because what you do in a day makes up your life. The choices of actions that you choose every day makes up your life. So when you're choosing things out of fear or out of prioritizing the sense of stress and urgency to finish these obligations in order to keep you safe, in order to also make you feel proud of yourself, because that's kind of what we've been taught, right? It's what our systems are used to. So now we have to learn to slowly accept these things that make us uncomfortable, which are choosing to not stress yourself out and take care of your health, choosing to go hang out with your friends, buy yourself a treat, instead of working the entire day out of the sense of fear or the sense of false scarcity. Because the thing is, scarcity and all these obligations that we construct for ourselves, the thing is, they are only constructions. They are not real. These things appear as real because you're giving them weight. You know what I mean? Like, you're giving them weight. You believe that they're real. You believe that if you're not looking for a job 24 hours of your day, every day, then you're not going to find a job. When actually what happens, like something that happened to me, is when I acknowledge my limits and I'm like, okay, I know my capacity and this is not something that is a priority right now because I'm prioritizing feeling good right now. I'm prioritizing feeling that sort of burning, expansive feeling within my body. This expansive feeling of enjoying life within my body. Then it'll just happen to you. It's completely just an illusion that you need to be stressing yourself out and working yourself towards something in order to get it. Because that job just appeared out of nowhere. It just landed in my lap because I was so in tune with my life right now. I was so in that joy and expansive gratitude for literally the smallest things around me. Like, I was on a morning walk that day and I was just like, I don't know, I just felt so like I was just walking automatically and like things were appearing before my eyes. Beautiful trees, plants, birds, flowers were appearing before my eyes as I was walking automatically. And I felt so in things. I felt so included in life. I felt so in relationship with the universe. And that exact day, I was given a job. Like, legitimately, you have to believe, like, whatever you believe is literally what creates your reality. And there's no other way that I can put it. Like, I can't convince you of anything. But for me, at least, I feel that developing this close relationship to the universe, to the world that I'm interacting with, literally a relationship in the way that you can think of a relationship with somebody else, where I'm constantly writing to past versions of myself. I'm constantly saying thanks to the universe. I'm saying thanks to the world and, affirming that I'm in relationship with life. I'm dancing with life. I'm not separate from life, you know? And through that, the universe communicates very swiftly and clearly to me. For example, this morning when I was on a walk and I'd already chosen, even though it's a weekend, and usually I don't do this on weekends, to do all of my routines that make me feel super life affirmed, even if they require some discipline to do. So that's like meditating in the morning, doing affirmations, taking a walk. I'd already decided to do those, so I was already feeling really great instead of working on my research paper for school, which is something that my body was actually saying, do not do that right now. I know you think that it's an obligation. I know you think that you need to put all the time in the next couple days working on this. But the truth is, whatever you're working on just fills to the container of time that you give it. So there's no need to do that. Also, if you're like me, you know how to work and do things and get things done. So that's not a new skill. That's not something that's like expansive to me to spend my entire day doing. So anyway, I was on this walk and I'd already decided that actually I'm not going to put my stressors before my life. I'm not going to put this illusion of a future life where I'm validated and I'm safe over my present life right now, over this present life right now where I can choose to do the things that make me feel excited about life again, that shake up the energy. So I was on this walk and I decided to go get a pastry, and technically I'm on kind of a budget right now, but that's the thing, like, you know, sometimes budgets are useful for sure, but sometimes they're just like punitive and like obligational, and they're completely just like constructed, you know what I mean? And if they're constructed with that sort of fear or stress-based mindset, then it's going to reflect in the fear of making purchases for yourself. But I was like, I really feel like I should, you know, get a pastry. So I did. I worked past that little tinge of fear of, oh, like, is this going to really hurt my safety, my sense of safety if I get this pastry? And then after I walked out of the cafe, as I was sitting and eating my pastry, and then I walked out of the cafe, outside, like 2 blocks outside of the bakery, there was this huge box of gorgeous, gorgeous free goods that were so me. I gotta show you right now. First thing is this pack of Japanese erasers shaped like sushi. I freaking loved these as a kid. So when I saw these, I was like, literally, these are for me. Like little erasers shaped like little food. Love it. Also very for me, this gorgeous, gorgeous journal with gold edges. And not only that, it's got blank paper inside. And girl, I'm using a lined journal right now, and that shit is not cutting it for me because I love a big blank paged journal. So I can just draw and write all in one and experiment. Like, it just gives me all the space to experiment with however I want to express myself on the page and get messy with it. So this is actually gorgeous and perfect for me. And then I also got this amazing purple art book. Purple has been a reoccurring theme in my life recently. Purple flowers. And yeah, it's really gorgeous. Let me show you my favorite one. That's my favorite page in the book. I just love art books so much. So it felt like that big box of gifts was like tailor-made for me. And I'm literally rewarded, I tell you, I'm literally rewarded every time I choose to go on those walks. Instead of feeling like I need to be stressed in the morning and rushing to immediately do my work, every time I take the time to do all these little routines that stoke my creativity and my love for life and my presence here in this moment, that really grounds me into my life right now and how much abundance there is right under my nose right now. Because it's true, there's all the abundance to be found is like right under your nose, right in your own neighborhood, through the same blocks you walk through all the time. When I choose that, I am always, always, always rewarded, and sometimes like very literally like that. So yeah, same thing for like the universe always tells me stop overworking, stop overworking. And sometimes it forces me to slow down, like when I hurt my wrist a couple months ago. And I had to rethink about how I approached work. And then similarly, yesterday when I was like, oh, I'm in such a rush to film a video that I'm going to use for a school project or for like this big project I'm working on. And I was really getting myself into like, life is just work, and it's how it is. Like, it's miserable. You know what I mean? Like I was getting myself into that mode of, I don't really have room to be creative right now because I have to work on this big thing, this big obligation. And I got this damn mosquito bite, on my forehead yesterday evening. And the universe is just so funny with it sometimes, like literally telling me, girl, slow down. You don't have to do all that. Take a couple days before you film, because I'm not filming that video with a giant mosquito bite on my forehead. The universe always puts obstacles in my way when it doesn't want me to go down a path, you know? And then at first I'm like, oh man. But then I realize it's literally happening for me. It's literally always happening for me. And when certain opportunities close that I was looking forward to, for example, it's like, I know you were saving my ass with that one, actually, when I think about it. Because I know there's something fishy going on there. So yeah, I just wanted to remind you here, if you're also a child of immigrants like me, then you might also struggle with the sense of like needing to work and needing to treat life urgently all the time, like this sort of scarcity mindset that says that you're not safe and you can't get the things that you want or the things that you need if you're not constantly working for them and constantly throwing yourself under the bus for them, and treating stress as the sort of virtue, like, or struggle as the sort of virtue, because that's definitely something that's in my family. And I know that my ancestors don't want me to struggle. But this idea of struggle being inherently virtuous, like I earned this thing because I worked myself to death for it, is literally false. Like, you can just let it go. You can just let it go. Because no one wants you to be overworking yourself to the point where you're uncomfortable and you're miserable. That's just something you've put on yourself at this point. It's not true anymore, so you can let it go. The sense of urgency we create, we're not present to life when we're in that mode. You're just like living in your head. You're living in these false cages, you know? And they do keep you safe at times. Or maybe they have for your ancestors or your grandparents or your parents. But if you just relax a little bit and let some of that go, you'll also create room for more magic in your life, more life-giving energy moving through you. Sometimes you might catch little glimpses of that, and it might be scary. Like right now, I feel like after I had a really magic day, there were a couple days where I was feeling the evil voice in my head that is just very critical and nitpicky coming back, and all my old coping mechanisms coming back too. And it's because you're learning a new threshold of safety, and any conflicting beliefs have to come up to the surface in order to be processed, in order for you to treat yourself differently this time with more ease and compassion. So right now I'm centering ease and compassion and these habits, these routines that make me feel good, make me feel alive over anything else. And I'm learning to trust that that is good for me, and that is not a deterrent to getting where I want to go. It literally is what puts me on the path, what puts me on the energetic level, the energetics of happiness. And happiness doesn't exist in the future because the future isn't real. It's only a projection. And the present moment, that's right under your nose, is the only thing that exists. So I'm going to choose happiness now and not choose to be like constantly like, oh, I had such a hard week. Oh, I'm so busy. Like, you know, like I feel like there's a sense of like virtue or a sense of like ego boost that we get from expressing that. Like, oh, I worked myself so hard. Oh, like I did this and this for all these people. And it's like, no, you are a gorgeous human being on this earth and you deserve to just live life for your own joy. It's not selfish. It's what your ancestors want you to do, and emitting joy and just modeling joy as yourself, that is a really radical thing. Okay, that's it for this video. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here with me, and make sure to subscribe down below. I'm gonna see you guys next week with a July favorites video. I just wanted to do a more stream of consciousness video today because yeah, I just wanted to like upload something and not focus so much on editing it. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next week. Take good care of yourself.